Hello, Internet. Before the end of the year, me and Ali decided that we were gonna do an end of year podcast, but I managed to screw that recording, and this is what I salvaged. Hello, everybody. I don't know if I'm going to put in a proper intro or if this is your intro. I'm Casey. Welcome
This
to
is
an
the intro. I'm calling it. This is the intro. This is sick. This is the best one we've ever done.
totally. I mean, we're an A-star quality. Like I don't think we've ever had anything so, as good as this. Um,
Mate, we've got the dream team today. This is how it all began. The ending of the year, how it began.
It's true, and you know what? I'm glad. To be honest, no, it makes sense. We should end the year together, like even though you're halfway across the world.
Yes.
Uh, um. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit different because it's going to be edited version. Also, the fact that it's more about saying thank you to the audience. How small it is, I don't care. I want to say thank you and happy holidays and happy New Year, all the good stuff. Plus, I want to be like, shit, let's also plan for the next year. But before that, let's
Yes.
let's actually talk about the shit going on in the entertainment industry today. We've
Well,
missed the
first
last
things
we've
first.
missed the
Oh,
last 2 weeks, which is I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Uh, what got in the way? And
life got in the way. It's unfortunate, but these things happen.
they do, unless this becomes profitable, I guess. Then I can be like, I do it a lot more. And
Then no, but at that point it is life, isn't it? So then it's fine.
yeah, exactly. Let me turn my phone off. Uh, anyway, Ali, tell me
Yes.
what what do you want to talk about first?
We've got to go with the classic fucking Avengers, new Avengers trailer.
Holy shit!
Endgame. I thought it was a
Holy
good trailer.
shit!
It didn't give a lot away. All it did was show you where everyone is. Like the biggest spoiler in that whole trailer is the fact Tony's now in space. There's fuck all
That
else going on.
he's stuck in space with Nebula. Like shit. And do you know what? Do you know what? I want to talk about the feeling of that trailer because, like, in fact, before that trailer came out, I think a week ago, I watched a video like highlighting the scene on Titan where
Hmm.
Doctor Strange is like, "We're in the end game now." That thing
Yeah.
stuck with me for the entire week, and then all of a sudden, the thing's named Endgame. I mean, a lot of people have said it was Endgame like for the entire year, but like
Well,
the
there's
moment
that
Avengers.
thing, isn't it? Supposedly, the guy who actually owns the domain name for Avengers Endgame
Mm,
is selling it off to Marvel for like movie tickets, but like really good movie tickets.
oh, nice.
Because like that's what people do. They once they think they might know what a domain name is for something, they'll just buy it up before the company will. Like some people just buy domain names hoping that someone else needs it and they've got money to give them. So this guy is, doing
That's
his thing.
wow, good on him. Because
This is
usually,
what I've heard.
if I
I don't
was
know
working at
how
Marvel, I
true.
would have bought up all the names. Like I would have bought up all the names for like the week before Avengers Infinity War came out.
Hmm.
But um, that trailer made me feel a lot of things. I'm not an emotional person, but I was emotional because like it could have been the music, it could have been the coloring. It no, do you know what? It was the actor. It was all of those things. But like I actually felt like I lost a battle all over again. I felt like I lost. I was a loser, and this is the end because that's how I felt. Like fucking Tony's
To
giving
be
up.
fair,
Have you ever seen
I
Tony
did
give
watch
up?
it. I did watch it at fucking what was it at probably like 10 in the evening at a bar drinking shots that were on fire. So, so to be fair, I should watch it again because I was pretty wasted when I did. But I feel like I remember a fair amount of it.
I watched it in a producers meeting. I was literally,
See,
I was like, guys, no, we were coming back from lunch, and I was like, all right, let me just put this on, and everybody was just like, oh, okay, and like from then on, the meeting was like so dour. Like it took us a good 2 hours to get back on track.
of course.
The actors, man, the actors actually pulled that shit off. Like,
No, I'm definitely obviously look at this point. You're basically in a relationship with Marvel, right? It's a commitment.
hmm
You want to see how it ends,
yep.
just all that stuff.
Oh fuck. Did you notice that who was missing or who yeah missing in action because there was this I don't know if you've seen any breakdowns.
I saw a still. I haven't watched any breakdowns or anything.
Uh,
I think they're saying Shiri's missing, right? Whatever her
yeah,
name is.
people have saying Shuri is missing, which is interesting. Very interesting.
They
I can understand why they said Scott was missing, and then you saw the end.
yeah.
Spoilers, by the way.
th- to be fair, this film has like I just feel like this film has made Ant-Man and the more of a pointless film than it already was. And and I'm not saying that all the Marvel films have to be like super tied in to the bigger MCU, but Ant-Man and the Wasp was kind of a boring film alone, and it didn't do enough with what was happening in the larger picture. So it just felt like a really out of place film. You've just come out of Avengers Infinity War, right? Everyone's really like wants to see what happens next. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp comes up, it's just random shit happening for like an hour and a half. They introduce obviously the quantum realm and they tell you where everyone is kind of ends up at the end of that film. But you just
I think the point of Ant Man and the Wasp on the larger scale was to be a palate cleanser. It's like, all right, guys, we ripped your heart out. Time to laugh now.
no one wanted a palate cleanser. People wanted the end of the story.
Marvel was like, nah, wait a year, bitch. like,
Right?
like
But look, it was there to place the character because the film was bloated enough as it is, so I understand they had to place
Scott.
Ant-Man in it somewhere, where he was needed, and that's what the film was for. It was a very expensive, uh, you know, let's say if this was a book, that's a very expensive like paragraph telling me where the character is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So on another level though, it was really to introduce the quantum realm on a,
Yeah,
because the
but
quantum realm is where it's at going forward at
they
this
could have,
point.
but again, like they didn't focus on that enough in the film.
Because this wasn't the film to do it in. This was the
You
film where they
had
introduce
you
it in.
had such a boring ass villain, right? Ghost could have been an actual really good villain. I didn't give a shit because she just seemed like,
Yeah. I felt they like nothing on the actress or anything, but like I felt like um as a villain, like she was more menacing when you didn't know anything about her.
yeah, they should have kept her face covered for most of the film,
hmm
you know, and I don't know, give her a different backstory or something. Not like I get what they're trying to go for. They're trying to make you feel bad for her, like she was used as a weapon by Shield or whatever. And look, Shield, the government agency, at the end of the day, they do scummy shit. Like you remember the whole point of Captain America, was it Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
With the fucking helicarriers, because
Yep.
they'd all lost control basically. Um, that's just what they do. But
To be honest, I don't. I mean, when that Fox Disney deal gets signed, I think that's when we're gonna see those crazy villains like Mister Sinister and Doctor Doom, because those are the real villains, and obviously Galactus. Those are the real villains. Everybody else is just fucking. I don't know. I actually don't. I had a word. I can't remember it, but they're not the way they go about it. They're not that interesting. Unless your name's Magneto, then you're We've got so much going on. Thanks for listening to that stupid, non-consequential piece of podcast stuff. Normal service resumes shortly.